Today on AFL TV, we're showing off our brand new YouTube studio, and it all starts right now. All right guys, welcome back. As mentioned in the opening, we're gonna show off our new YouTube studio space, which is used for filming talking head shots like this, where it's somebody talking to the camera. It'll also be used for product shots or build shots, which we've done in the past using sliders, and this is gonna be the perfect space for that as well. Look, I know a lot of you are looking for a city update video. We've been promising one's coming out anytime now. Truthfully, we're still waiting on a few shipments from Bricklink and Lego.com, so that has been the delay. We have the biggest update we've had since the start of the city over 7 months ago, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I think it's probably gonna be in the next week or two, hopefully, depending on when those shipments come in. But if you're not subscribed already, you're definitely gonna want to, because you're not gonna wanna miss this update. It is by far our biggest one. And there are some really, really exciting builds that have been added to the city, and I'm so excited to show you guys. So back to today's topic. As mentioned, we're gonna talk about this studio, and it was really important to find studio space because, as you guys have probably seen in some recent videos, we've been filming everything in our kitchen. Not that that's not great. Having a bunch of filming gear always in our kitchen area, especially when we're trying to have guests over and whatnot, just really isn't ideal. So, no amount of lights that we hung up or anything else could really hide the fact that we were filming in our kitchen, and it was definitely time to find some dedicated space. As you guys know, we do have a dedicated room for our Lego City, but the problem is we're out of space in that room as well, and there's only one other room in our place, which is where we sleep. So we had to kind of, come up with some ideas on where we could actually set up a good studio with adequate lighting that would work for these types of videos. And that's something we've been trying to improve upon, is the overall filming capability and lighting in the videos. And as the channel's grown, and especially from where we started, last year, I think we've definitely made some headway. There's still a lot to learn, but part of this video, I want to show you guys what equipment we're using so that you guys, if you're making videos on your own, have some ideas on how you can improve your lighting in your own filming situations as well. So let's talk about this space. Well, what you should probably know was this is in our garage, and it's surprisingly quiet even though we're next to a freeway. Right? Pretty quiet. Where I'm sitting right now was our home gym, which is what we created during quarantine, and that allowed us to basically do everything from Peloton to a simple Bowflex machine and some free weights. But it's not a huge area, as you'll see in a minute. It's basically just a small cutout in our garage that acts as a storage area, and it's now gone from a gym during COVID to being our primary YouTube talking head area for filming these kinds of shots. So this is pretty much the backdrop that you're gonna see going forward. We have some plans for what's behind me, which I'll cover in a second. But this is pretty much the look and feel of the channel going forward until we decide to mix it up again. So with all that out of the way, let me go ahead and I'm gonna grab the camera and kind of walk you through the setup as it sits today and explain why we set it up this way, what's temporary right now, because there are some things that are gonna change here soon, and then kind of show you guys the equipment that we use in case you're curious for your own YouTube or whatever else you may be filming on your end. So I'm gonna grab the camera and let's just kind of walk around the studio. All right guys, so this is the main area, which you just saw behind me. And let me kind of walk you through it because there's a little bit going on that's temporary and then some stuff that is permanent, but I kind of want to walk you through everything as we thought it out. So starting with the shelves on the left, these are temporary. They're sitting on boxes right now to raise them up to be in frame. And then on top of them are some old tubs that come with Lego parts. We have lit up Lego bricks right here, kind of like you see on Lego Masters, or at least that's the intent. We're still kind of working on that. Do what you love sign, because there are a lot of adults who build with Lego, and that should always be the case. You should be able to do what you love. It's not just a children's toy. Moving around, we've bought some of these lately that they're kind of like little storage bins, but they make for cool props in the background. And these are just IKEA metal shelves, but what we're gonna be replacing them with is the IKEA, I don't even know how you pronounce this, but basically it's a glass and black shelf that's gonna go here. There's been huge delays with shipping, as you guys know, throughout the country with the ports being congested. So IKEA was out of stock, but that is something that we're adding in the future. Now to create more color, in the back we put tube lights in, and what's cool is these can be adjusted. The colors can be totally changed, so we can change this backdrop from time to time to be, blue, yellow, purple, whatever. So hopefully it'll create some variety. And then up top are these little LED lights as well that you can change the color of and really customize everything. And I'm gonna link everything down in the description below, so if you guys wanna check it out yourself, you definitely can. All right, next on the right here, these are LED T5 bulbs, which we're now using in the studio to better light it. I bought these on Amazon and they're like 50 bucks, but they're way cheaper than a traditional tube light. And what's cool is they're super light, so you can kind of mount them in any way you want. They use these really, I don't know where one is. Oh, right here. They use these really lightweight mounts, and so they don't mess up the wall too much. There are cords at the bottom because they're not battery operated, which kind of sucks. But overall, it's pretty much cut out in the video, so you don't typically see it. You can see some of the old gym equipment over here. Still needs to be taken out of the garage. But this basically used to be, the home gym. We're actually still using the workout bench as the main seat for the desk. And then over there, we'll probably mount photography equipment where the gym equipment used to be. But this right now is the main backdrop. And again, we're gonna kind of change the shelving around once we get a new shelf and make it, look a little bit more professional. Right now it's just a little mangled, but it is going to be the holdover for now. As you can see, we are in the garage. Okay, now moving on to the actual desk and the lighting setup. So we've got a microphone hooked up, which creates a boom mic, and we're using a little tiny shotgun mic to get better sound quality. We'll keep that about 8 inches to a foot from where I'm speaking so that it picks it up better. And then this is the Aputure dome, which creates a really nice softbox light, and that creates the really nice light cast on the face. And then this is just an IKEA table. You see some of our builds down here, which we'll be doing product videos for soon. And then we've got some gels to change colors, and then some different photography equipment just to mount and do different things. What's funny though is this all sits kind of right behind the Bowflex right now, which we're gonna probably sell, but you can see it doesn't take up a whole lot of room, which is great. And you can see the light is on a wheeled stand, so that's the big main light. And then we've got a couple other tripods and stuff. The camera goes right here and plugs into the microphone, which goes up through and around as a boom mic. And then down here will be a slider, which will create those nice little sliding shots. And there's also going to be another area that we're building out right now to do those product shots. But again, here's an example of one. This is what they look like. This is basically what I see when I'm filming, talking to the camera right there. Obviously I'm holding it right now, but usually it sits right there, films back at me, and then there's the mic. The camera that we film with is the Sony A7S Mark III. Absolutely love it. It's such a great camera. And lastly, here's a view with the lights off except for the tube lights and the top LEDs. Just to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like, if we did a darker shoot. It's something we might do in the future, but for now it kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully that gives you a better idea of how we're filming these videos. Again, we still have a lot to learn, but we're really trying to improve the quality of the video and the audio. If you don't follow us already on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, we highly encourage you to do so because we do come out with product updates, new mocks, new builds, all new releases on those platforms, usually before YouTube. YouTube's kind of where we do, the massive city overviews and the build tutorials. And lastly, if you don't subscribe already, we would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. Liking the videos and subscribing to the channel really do help us grow. And again, we're really excited about this new space. Hopefully you guys like it as well. If you have any tips or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below and let us know what you think overall. Again, we're trying our hardest to get this city update video out, so stay tuned. It should air in the next week or two. And I hope you guys are as excited about it as we are. That's it for now. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.